And good afternoon. Welcome, everyone, to 95.5 KZLC. We are the voice of Louisiana Christian University, and glad you could be with us here on this Tuesday afternoon. All right, it's time for our Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. We bring it to you each week here on the station, a chance to talk a little sports with our Convergence Media Sports Journalism class as everyone is getting situated. But let's go ahead and jump into it. Welcoming first to the microphone, as always, here in the studio with me, Noel Schonhoff.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
What number did you wear on the softball team?
Number 14.
Number 14 on the uniform, number 1 in our hearts.
Aww.
All right, stepping into the mic once again, the one and only Kai and the Family Stone.
It's good to be here again. Another week.
Another week. These weeks are rolling by. You guys realize that we only have 5 more of these shows until Thanksgiving break, and then we'll have one last show after Thanksgiving break. So only 6 more left to go. Wow. I know, it's going fast. We have sharing the mic over there. We've got Dennis Williams and DeMarcus Fugett. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm doing good. How you been?
I'm doing well. Fuge is getting up awfully early for basketball practices that are underway. That alarm goes off awfully early at 4 a.m. So we got to see if we can get his energy to engage here in the show. But I'm sure it'll be fine. And last, but certainly not least, the one and only Carmen Taffi.
Hello, everybody.
Carmen is a happy camper today. I even saw you skipping earlier today. You're in a good mood.
Oh yeah, I skipped to chapel.
Yeah.
It's a good day today. Thursday, maybe
not.
not.
You look like Little Red Riding Hood skipping to chapel.
Oh my gosh. Really? Thank you.
Her role in Into the Woods last spring was Little Red Riding Hood. So, and she played it very well, I might add.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So, a lot of sports to get to this week. And let's jump into it with LCU football. Kai, tell us what happened with the Wildcats last week.
Yeah, the Wildcats coming off a 52-7 victory against Texas College. You know, Wildcats are 7-0 right now. It's just this team is really, really good. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and they're really happy. But this coming week is their hardest matchup of the year.
Yeah.
They're going to be on the road, and they're taking on Iowa University in Surprise, Arizona for 6 p.m. And this will be their toughest matchup yet. They want to keep the streak going on, just grazing the top 25, playing with a lot of confidence, winning a lot of awards, a lot of recognitions for players. This is the game that determines I wouldn't say it determines their season, but just determines how good they are. They played some, coming off of blowout victories against North America, coming off against Arkansas Baptist at home, Wayland Baptist. Some teams that they just blown out that just clearly you could see that's now on their same level, now on their level. So we shall see.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be, I would say, their biggest test of the year. Probably Oklahoma Panhandle State was their previous big test, but this is the one that I think when you were looking at the schedule overall, you're like, this is the game that's going to really make the huge difference for LCU. So Surprise, Arizona is not a short bus drive. You're talking about 20 hours total. That's grueling. Plus you're in a little bit of that higher altitude, so gotta be ready for it. But looking forward to seeing what they can do. Anyone else?
Dennis, you played football. How would you say, as a prepare throughout the week against an opponent like this, and just traveling like 20 hours? What would you, as a player playing, what is the mindset, on the bus ride?
Sheesh. A long bus ride like this, it's either going to be, I'm thinking about the ride back home. It's either going to be, depending on how you want the bus ride back to be, needs to be the urgency that you play with. Because if you want the long ride back home to be quiet and just everybody's like upset, sad, angry, and no one wants to talk, and then when you get back to school, you're disappointed, or it can be happy, excited, and you can't wait to get back to school to let everybody know, hey, we're here, we're legit, you know. And it's really going to depend on the sense of urgency and how the team plays as a team. So if no one's on the same page, then they're going to come back with the L. But if everyone's on the same page, everybody's consistent, like how they have been, they'll come back with the W.
Now, let me throw something else at you. Ottawa's only loss is to Texas Wesleyan. Where do you think that comes into play for LCU? Because this is their biggest competition yet, as you were saying, Kai. This is going to determine what's going on, what's happening, who this team is, because, you know, they've been blowing everybody out the water, but Panhandle gave them their first little bit of competition, and you could see the little loose ends when they were playing there. But now they're going to face Ottawa, whose only loss is to their LCU's even bigger competition, Texas Wesleyan. So how are y'all feeling about that?
Ooh, Texas Wesleyan. And I'm saying this because I got a friend that plays at Texas Wesleyan. He's a really good player, and I hope he hears this. So Texas Wesleyan is a really good school, really good football team, and so for that to be their only loss is really saying something, because Texas Wesleyan, we saw them last year when they came and faced LCU. It was a very tough game for both teams. So, but LCU, you know, did come out with the win. So it's gonna take a little bit for LCU to put away these guys. So it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle. I can say that.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah, I'm trying to check the standings.
The standings?
Yeah, the standings of the Sooner Athletic Conference. But so Texas. So is there LCU is undefeated, and as well as Texas Wesleyan, correct?
I believe. Yeah, I believe so. That's what it is.
Because that's it's a big game.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be between them two if they.
Oh, actually, overall, we're 7-0, and Texas Wesleyan is 5-1. But in SAC play, they're also undefeated. But they haven't played as many conference games as us, it looks like.
Okay. Well, this is these games are huge.
Yes.
Like, absolutely, like, deal breaker, because like, I'm looking through the schedule. They have Ottawa University. They have Ottawa University this weekend. For homecoming following week, they play Sagu. I don't know how they're looking this year. John Melvin, and then the week after that, they play November 11th. That Saturday, they'll play Texas Wesleyan. So if the Wildcats could be, we'll see. If they really want to go for an undefeated season, that's, not only that, the goal is to get a conference championship. That's what this team is striving for. And they're really finding out how good they are each and every day, week by week. They're getting better. So we shall see.
Definitely we should see, and I hope to see that these loose ends that have been showing in these weaker teams like that you see on the sidelines. I know Kai and I will stand next to each other, and I sometimes have some not so nice things to say when certain things happen, but I'm hoping and praying that everything comes together, because this is the game. This is the game that they need to have been playing. They should have been mentally playing Ottawa the last 3 games, because they knew they were going to blow out these last couple teams. But they should have mentally been preparing themselves for this game, and then they get a little break going to play John Melvin, and then they'll face the next biggest opponent, Texas Wesleyan, and see if this team is what the hype is about. But yeah, so that's our football hype. Kind of give you the gist of the talk around town about football. Well, the LCU volleyball team is going to end their season finale not their season, their road finale begins this week. So they'll travel to Centenary. It's either Oh yeah, it is tonight. So they're going to travel to the Golden Dome over there, and they're going to play their last road game of their season. But the Wildcats did drop a 3-2 match against Dillard on Tuesday, but they bounced back and returned with consecutive wins at Texas College, where also football was. I thought that was pretty cool that they were playing in the same place. They won 3-0 on Friday and then followed that with another 3-0 win on Saturday. They're going to sit at 11-6 on the season, and that ties for their record for most wins in a season. So they're still having that historical season that we talked about at the way beginning when they were getting all those wins and coming in. So we've been talking about how women's sports have been on an uproar. Volleyball is making their mark this year. They're getting a little bit of piece of it, and I'm just glad to see that they're still overall on top, hanging out. But as I did say last week, we are on the back ends of all of these schedules, so they're about to prepare to get ready to go into conference tournament play. But it looks like their last conference game maybe is Our Lady of the Lake, unless there's some more under there. Oh, excuse me. Southwest and Our Lady of the Lake is their last, so they're coming down to an end. It's starting to get less and less, and we'll see how they play in this postseason play after they make those. They have a few games that aren't in conference play in between that, but other than that, yeah. Carmen, how's our soccer team looking?
They also were on the road last week. They took a trip to Texas. The women, it was a 1-0 win at Houston Tillotson Thursday, and Monet scores her 12th goal of this season to power the win. And on Saturday, the Wildcats squeak by Houston Victoria to 3-2. LCU is now 9-3 on the season and 7-2 in the conference play. And they'll be back home this week. They host Texas A&M San Antonio Thursday at 5 p.m. and Our Lady of the Lake University Saturday also at 5 p.m. So, I mean, women's soccer is also doing very good. I mean, they've been doing a good job since the beginning of their season.
Yeah, definitely. Both soccer teams are still packing up punch wherever they go. They dropped those last few games to those power teams, but I mean, what it comes down to is they're still on the top of the conference, but that postseason play, they're going to see those teams again. They faced them. They know how to get under their skin for this next ride, and they'll be able to compete in post-conference play. But yeah, they're definitely putting up scores. Emma Monet has been a powerhouse since she entered the LCU campus.
Oh, yeah.
She has been a staple, and so has Lindsay Jacobs. Those two names are something you see on the headlines of almost every single soccer game. Those two are doing something, and Lucas Lima is leading his team. He's captain of the LCU men's soccer team. Him, Shaquem, Sergio Pita Martin, he won an RRAC Player of the Week award, and he's LCU Male Athlete of the Week. Ever since he transferred in, those have been your impactful players. So as long as we keep these players healthy, we might have a multiple ring season. Hey, you have to speak it into existence. But yeah. So a little bit a wrap up of our LCU sports.
Well, yeah, the men's
oops.
also.
I thought I talked about them. Sorry.
Men's soccer also wins in Texas, a 4-1 win at Houston Tillotson Thursday, and then a 3-0 shutout at Houston Victoria. LCU's men's soccer is now 8-1 in the Red River Athletic Conference, and they also return home this weekend with matchups against Texas A&M San Antonio Thursday and Our Lady of the Lake University Saturday, and both of those matches will follow the women's matches.
Yeah, we have 6 home games this week, so if you want to go see an LCU fall sport, now's your time before basketball gets kicked up and the whole gym is packed and it gets hot in there. So,
and then the tennis team is traveling to New Orleans to participate in the Dillard Invitational Friday and Saturday. So I'm really excited to see what comes out of that.
Yeah, the tennis team is doing a bunch of individual play right now, so it's not team play.
Yeah.
So it's getting them prepared for their spring season.
Right, and you have also softball and baseball that have their kind of fall competitions. They're playing other teams, but not really counting towards the record for next year. Obviously, I know baseball, I believe noon Saturday, they have a doubleheader against South Arkansas Community College, somebody like that. And then softball, they've been playing games over at the Wildcat Stadium. They have any more coming up right now?
Yeah, so they actually are going to play this Saturday. We're going to face a D1 opponent. The funny thing was, we thought that they were going to come on September 21st, but there was a mix-up, and they didn't show up. So all the girls were all ready to play on September 21st. So Southern University is going to come down, travel to us, and we'll face off against them this Saturday. And then they'll play a travel ball team on Sunday, just, to get those games in. But they faced Nichols last weekend, and, they played pretty well. Nichols is definitely a higher up Division I, but they played really well for where we're at, and an almost new team, a new slew of freshmen, and he played a bunch of freshmen. So that's good to see. But I'm excited for what's coming in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, LCU men's basketball is going to face off against LSU. And they're actually taking a student bus to Baton Rouge. So if you wanted to go see the game, you just fill out the link in your email. You can get on the student bus to go watch, our fellow classmate DeMarcus show off his little skills he's got over at LSU. How are you feeling about that game, DeMarcus?
Pretty good. I mean, we still have a lot of work to put in, but that's just gonna get us prepared for the tough games we're gonna have to play later on during the season against the teams like LSUA, Texarkana, LSUS. So I think that putting this game on the schedule just gonna prepare us for those later games that's very tough.
Well, you're not only facing one Division I team, you're facing two back-to-back. You get a good night's rest until you face Southern, who's also up there. So that's one heck of a season opener, I'll tell you that. Coach Mason
and then
said,
a week later we also have UL.
Whew, look at that. Season over. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, well, that's crazy. Whew.
It's going to be very, very tough start.
Yeah, but
Better tie your shoes on tight.
they have a whole brand new team, brand new five, going out there. Marcus is the one returner to the starting five, I think, besides Drew made an appearance a few times, but Gary Smith is also in the starting five. Forgot about him. He'll get mad at me for that. But they have a whole brand new team. They have a whole extra team too. They're starting to look like the softball team. But yeah, sorry. Just had to touch on that. I'm very excited about that LSU game. So
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
So when did you guys start practice?
We started practice, I think, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago?
Yes, sir.
All right. So with that many new players coming in, is the biggest challenge to kind of know what each other's skills are and develop that gel and that chemistry when you're out on the court together?
Yes, sir. I feel that the chemistry is coming along pretty well because we always with each other. But as of on the court, it's just figuring out how everybody play and how we're going to gel together because of the different personnel groups that we have. So just trying to figure that out is going to be the hardest part.
Yeah. Big Jude ready to play this year?
Yes, sir. He been playing really well.
Good.
Last couple of days at practice.
Yeah, he really came on down the stretch last year, especially in the conference tournament. He really kind of stepped up his game. So hoping he can take that to the next level. So you got him coming back, yourself, Drew Tebby's coming back.
Yes,
Trying to remember who else. Gary Smith. You mentioned. Jamel Owusu's back. Okay. Kai Williams.
Yes, sir.
Kyron Williams.
And Connor.
Connor Dejon.
Yeah.
James is a baseball player.
Okay. That's a good core. Who's kind of exciting you among the new guys on the team?
I would say one of the freshmen. His name is we call him Trey. His name Paul Pullins. He's a 6'9" freshman.
Ooh.
Him him and another freshman from Northwood, Lena. I forgot his real name, but we call him Diddy.
Diddy?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
So
Yeah, they won a state title last year. So
yes, sir.
that's good. All right. Well, we're looking forward to that. Again, 2 weeks from tonight, Halloween night. And you guys need to bring a little trick-or-treat surprise for the LSU Tigers.
No, we play Southern Halloween night,
Oh, okay.
Yes,
my bad.
sir.
What night is the LSU game?
November
The
30th.
30th.
Yes, sir.
Okay. October 30th, right?
Yeah, October 30th.
All right.
October 30th.
Very good, very good. Okay, well, let's move into some other sports conversation for this afternoon. Good recap of what's going on the campus of LSU, and folks, we hope you come out and check out some of the games here on campus. LSU beat Auburn 48-18 on Saturday, and Jaden Daniels just continues to make his case as a legitimate Heisman Trophy winner. If it weren't for playing on the team with a bad defense, he would be in that conversation. What do you guys think LSU as a team has to do to get him into that maybe final 3 or 4 in the Heisman voting by the end of the year?
I think he's there.
Okay.
I think it might be there right now because
Oh, DeMarcus does not agree.
you don't think he's in the Heisman.
DeMarcus shaking his head
Oh
no.
my goodness, bro! If you saw that game, that looked like a Heisman quarterback to me. I mean, and your team dominated. That looked like a Heisman quarterback to me. Now, and I'm saying that he's not my number one right now. I don't believe Caleb Williams is number one right now, especially after the game he had. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well-
LSU has to keep winning though.
Why are you shaking your head?
Oh, because I feel that Caleb Williams and Bo Nix and Michael Penix is the 3 best quarterbacks in college football as of now. Even though Caleb Williams have played bad, the last game, and he didn't play so well against Colorado, I still feel that he is the best quarterback in college football right now.
Well, it says the latest Heisman Trophy odds. It has Michael Penix. Okay, Michael Penix from Washington. J.J. McCarthy from Michigan. Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma. Jordan Travis from Florida State. Then it has Jaden Daniels at number 5 from LSU. Number 6 is Drake May from the University of North Carolina. Number 7 is Bo Nix from Oregon. 8, Caleb Williams from the University of South Carolina. And then Carson Beck from Georgia. And then at number 10 is Quinn Ewers from Texas.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think Florida State quarterback moved up that high. That's very impressive.
I'm almost more impressed with their wide receiver, the guy from Lafayette, than him. I mean, he's solid though.
Opelousas.
Yeah, Opelousas. That's right. He's from Opelousas. Did you go to high school with him?
No, sir. He went to Opelousas Catholic.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, but we grew up together. Like me and him and my mother is his mother and my mother is very cool.
Coleman, right?
Yeah, Coleman. We used to spend a night and stuff like that
Really?
together. So we actually grew up together.
He's a fantastic football player.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is. And then you go back to that game, LSU against Florida State. If LSU wins that game, I'm sure Jaden Daniels is above Jordan Travis. Likewise, if Oregon beats Washington, probably Bo Nix is at the top of the list, but now it's Michael Penix, who did play a really good game, no doubt about it. I think a lot is yet to be decided. Caleb Williams just did not play well against Notre Dame, and I think he just almost single-gamedly, if you will, lost the repeat trophy, but he'll still probably be the number 1 pick in the NFL draft.
Yeah, by far.
To the Denver Broncos. if Sean Payton were to have his way. So, but I think with Jaden Daniels, you're seeing an offensive performance that we really haven't seen from LSU before. As great as Joe Burrow was and is, his game was almost 100% throwing the football. He could run if you needed him to. But Jaden Daniels brings that explosive running ability as well. I'm not saying in any way he's a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. So, Noel, stop side-eyeing me over there. I'm not talking bad about your husband.
I know. I just had to take in Make sure that all your comments were in line. They're valid.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
But he is putting together a prolific season in a different way that, depending on, I think the key for him, if LSU wins out, including the SEC championship, I think he's got a shot. I think he has a legitimate shot because you still have to beat along the way Alabama, Florida, Texas A&M, and if Ole Miss loses one game, then LSU would jump over them to go to the conference championship game. So we'll see. A lot to be decided. Also, speaking of Alabama, they hung on to beat Arkansas 24-21. Arkansas has lost by a touchdown or less almost every single game this year that they've lost. They're the best team that doesn't win. It's incredible. And I really thought they were going to maybe knock off Alabama, but the Crimson Tide held on. It just seems like, where LSU, we talked about this the other day, LSU has had problems on defense. Alabama continues to have problems on offense, especially from the quarterback position. That LSU game will tell a lot. That's all I'm going to say.
It sure will, Dennis.
Why are you Wait, why'd you point out Dennis?
Dennis
Dennis
and I just because he's a Tide fan,
Oh, you're a Tide fan?
I am an Ohio State fan.
Sick.
Oh, get out of here.
But in terms of who I'm picking for LSU or Alabama, I got Bama.
Oh, really?
You make me sick.
I do.
All right. Hey,
And you have me on record saying this. So.
all right, you better show up to class this day. And the day that y'all
Can we
lose,
make
you
a
better show
bet
up.
that if Alabama loses, you have to come to class in all purple and gold? Everything purple and gold.
Deal.
Deal? Shoot, y'all heard it here first, folks. Okay. All right, I like it. All right, moving on to NFL scores.
I'm wishing now we would have said you have to bring 3 pizzas to class. That would have been better.
Dang it.
But man, we missed our opportunity.
So moving on to NFL, we just gotta check in with the bandwagoners over here. If you run the tape back, you will hear Kai stating he is an Eagles fan. But now the Jets beat the Eagles. So where you sit, Kai? What team you jumping to?
The fact that your old team beat your new favorite team.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Since you want to call me,
like Kai's a Jets fan this week.
So look. I ain't like all you people who pick teams who fall behind a team and get disappointed. I used to be a Saints fan. Once I've been through it all. I've been through the Vikings. I've been through the Vikings, Minnesota Vikings. I've been through the pass interference. So after that, I just stopped caring. So I'm not gonna let it affect me anymore. So I don't claim a team. I just pick the team who wins. Because why? I win. I don't lose. I don't
More of a
lose.
player person now rather than a team person.
No, for the NFL, I pick who wins. Let's say, if the Dolphins win, let's go Dolphins. If the Ravens win, let's go Ravens.
What about the Cowboys?
How about this?
Ooh, if the Cowboys, it ain't gonna happen, but still.
Well, y'all all were last week when we were picking Mr. Al's picks, Cowboys versus the Chargers. You're like, Chargers. Cowboys beat the Chargers.
By thin hair. But
A win is a win.
But y'all want to talk about 2 weeks ago when the 49ers blown y'all out.
Speaking
But
of
now,
Y'all want to talk about the last
speaking
game?
about blowing the 49ers out, the Browns blew the 49ers out.
Yes, sir.
So
We
there
won.
was no mathematical anything with these. 49ers are supposed to be this great team, but now the Browns, who suck, beat the
That's
49ers.
crazy. That's crazy.
So the Cowboys versus the 49ers does not matter.
I mean, it's football. It happens with any sport. It's any other given week. There's a team that will upset and a really good team that will play back. That's why the playoffs are so detrimental for NFL, because you have one game, and if you have one bad game, it's over. Unlike basketball, baseball that has multiple series. So you have a bad night, it happens. Is there an undefeated team in the NFL right now? Not a single one. So it just Whoever the team has their A game throughout the postseason at the right time will win. That's how the NFL
I
works.
just love
Well-
how everyone's
This-
tone changes from talking to the Cowboys. They're like, "Oh, they lost. They're like,
Huh.
you know what? Everyone loses."
Well, you know who won this week?
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
The Bengals, baby. Yes, they did, Dennis.
Oh my God.
They beat the Seahawks, which I was not
The
prepared
Mhm.
When was the last time?
for. And then another team that took me by surprise was the Raiders winning. Raiders beat the Patriots.
That's I was about to say.
Well, I mean, the Raiders have been on a losing streak for how many games now?
Yeah.
But
I'm only a Raiders fan for Isaac Rochelle.
I also one of my firefighter friends, his name is Ryan. He is married with a wife and like 2
Oh.
kids. He
Sorry, I was
is
trying
my
to make the
mom
plot
and
thick.
dad's age.
Sorry, y'all. I was just really trying. I was trying to think in the plot.
He
there.
is a
Add some
family
dramatic.
friend. He wanted a little shout out since I'm famous or whatever. He thinks the Lions are going to the Super Bowl.
I was just about to say that.
What do y'all think?
Hey, I did not call it at the beginning. I said the Detroit Lions could make the playoffs. The Detroit Lions, they are 5-1 right now.
I guess Kai's a Lions fan.
Jared Goff threw for 353 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, dang. All I can say is the Lions, man, are gonna be nice. The Lions are nice, man. That defense, the offense is looking good. They're getting things together, and you got a head coach who's aggressive, who's willing to take chances.
I
Thank
do
you.
like
Bandwagon looking
Dan
nice over
Campbell.
there, huh,
I do.
Kai?
Dan Campbell.
I do like Dan Campbell. Yeah,
Think Kai's now found his
that
next
wagon over
team
there.
until
Hey.
they lose next week.
Who? That
Who
may,
the Lions-
that may be a potential new team. We don't.
Hold
I
on,
don't
who
know.
the Lions got next week?
Ravens.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good. Ooh.
But how about them Saints
Man.
though? How about them Saints? Though?
They lost once again.
Oh, that's why I'm not a Saints fan.
Not
Hey, the
too
anymore.
Saints-
much.
see
You
the-
know you have a Saints fan in the room.
Saints about to go get Caleb Williams. Come on, man.
Let me find them. Yeah, Texans beat the Saints 20-13. So not a surprise
They lost to a
because
rookie
So, DeMarcus,
quarterback.
how do you feel?
You lost to CJ Stroud.
I'm not too mad because the 2 teams that's above them in their division lost too. So the Buccaneers lost and also the Falcons lost. So as long as they keep losing, I'm fine with that.
Commanders beat the Falcons 24-16.
And the Lions beat the Buccaneers
Yeah,
20-6.
26.
So we still have a chance to win the division. I think they all like 3-3 or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see. By the way, my picks last week, I wound up going 9-5. So
It's not
We're
bad.
pretty
Not bad.
good.
not terrible, but
You gotta do some more picks.
yeah. Well,
is a win.
That's right.
Yes.
all right. So let's go ahead and look at what's coming up this week in the National Football League.
Dun, dun, dun.
Thursday night game. Speaking of the Saints, they'll be hosting Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't call us Jaguars.
I got the Jaguars.
I got the Jaguars.
I got Jaguars.
Saints 21-14.
There you go.
All right.
I'm going with DeMarcus on that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see. All right, Tampa will be hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Who emerges in that
Go with
game?
the Buccaneers.
Bucks over Falcons.
For sure.
Think so?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Buffalo will be on the road to take on the hapless New England Patriots.
Buffalo by 30.
Buffalo by 40.
Buffalo's been kind of scuffling a little, though. But I think they'll win. But I don't know that they'll win by as much as we're thinking, though.
No.
Let me ask you a question.
Yep.
So, about the Patriots. I hear people saying Bill Belichick is on the hot seat.
Yeah, I could see that if they only win 2 or 3 games this year. I mean, clearly, Bill Belichick without Tom Brady and Sean Payton without Drew Brees are much more human coaches than they've led themselves to believe.
Yeah.
Got to have the players, though. At the end of the day, winning is about having the talent and the players, and if you don't, I don't care how good a coach you are, you're going to scuffle.
You know who also won? The Taylor Swift team.
Oh my God! Here we
Oh
go.
my gosh.
Chief beat Broncos 19-8.
Ooh, okay.
Taylor Swift beat Sierra. Like, I don't know what are we talking about?
All right, Cleveland will be on the road at Indianapolis. Indy loses
Cleveland.
their rookie quarterback for the rest of the year. It looks like Cleveland with their rookie quarterback. I don't even know the guy's name.
He's not a rookie.
Oh, he's not a
It's
rookie?
PJ Walker. He is a XFL quarterback.
Oh,
And we signed him, and he
yeah.
had a terrible game, but we still won. So I'm still going to take the Browns because the Colts, they're
Yeah.
without Anthony Richardson. So
That's true. But Mr. Taylor's starting to get it back now, so we'll see.
He is.
We'll see. But I kind of agree with you. I think you got to expect Cleveland probably win that game. Excuse me. Detroit will be at Baltimore. We mentioned that one earlier. Who do you guys like in that one?
I got
The
Detroit.
Lions.
Everyone?
Detroit. Let's go Detroit.
I'll take the Ravens.
Kai is now a lifelong Lions fan
I don't know about that one.
since last week.
No, we'll wait till next week 'cause he'll probably have a new team.
That is
DeMarcus,
Look, he going to pick the Browns next week.
no guarantee.
DeMarcus Fugett going with the Ravens.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. It'll be Las Vegas at Chicago to take on the Bears.
I don't know.
Chicago.
I think I'll
I got
go with
Chicago.
Raiders for this.
I'll take the Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah.
Raiders. Okay. Washington is at New York to face the hapless Giants. Coming up another very tough loss.
I think the Commanders.
I'll take the Commanders.
All right. Commanders it is. Arizona will be in Seattle to take on the Seahawks.
Arizona.
The Cardinals.
Really?
Seahawks.
Okay.
Because of math ain't math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Seahawks. They still have Geno Smith, right?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Pittsburgh will be in Los Angeles to face the Rams. Gotta think the Rams there, huh?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Mike Tomlin might pull something out. so.
That's true. That's true. Green Bay will be in Denver to take on the Broncos.
Packers.
Green Bay.
Got to see a bounce back game from Jordan Love. He has to play better,
Absolutely.
for sure. All right, the Chargers will be in Kansas City to take on the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I got Chargers.
What?
I got Chargers.
Really?
I got Chiefs.
Swifties.
Justin Herbert having a bounce back games.
Okay.
Hey,
All right. Miami will be in Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
Dolphins.
That'll be next Sunday night. That'll be a great football game.
Oh
I got
yeah.
Eagles.
Mhm.
I got Eagles.
I got Dolphins.
I got Dolphins.
Okay.
Eagles.
See, y'all picking the
And then Monday night next week is 49ers at Minnesota to take on the Vikings.
I think the
49ers.
Vikings.
Really?
49ers. Kirk Cousins. And apparently there's rumors that Kirk Cousins is on his way out from Minnesota. So
Wow.
About time.
Well, I mean, the 49ers lost this week.
We're a good team. The Browns are a good team.
So
So,
the Vikings beat the Bears. I'm going to go with Vikings.
All right.
Whatever.
So that is next week as this football season continues to roll along. Last thing on the agenda for this week, the 2028 Olympic Games will be in Los Angeles. How many years is that?
It's
Since
2023, right?
1984, 84 to 2028 is 44 years. Is that right? Is that even possible? Because I was like 19 when they had the Olympics there the last time.
I wasn't alive.
I know. Anyway, the host site can always add some sports that kind of maybe feature the country that it's being hosted in. So in this case, they'll be adding these sports for the Olympic Games. We'll have lacrosse, cricket, flag football, baseball and softball, and squash. Which of those sports are you guys most excited to see in the Olympic competition?
For people who don't know what squash is, it's a racket and ball sport played by 2 or 4 players in a 4-wall court with a small hollow rubber ball.
It's kind of like hand racquetball
Yeah.
a little bit.
I'm excited to see baseball and softball.
Yeah, that'll be good. Now they've had baseball and softball in the past.
Yeah,
Problem is, especially in softball, the U.S. was so dominant.
yeah.
So they kind of went. Flag football could be interesting too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, flag
which
football.
players will play that? Will these be recent former college
I had
players?
my flag
See, I think-
football days back
All the
in
guys now unemployed by the XFL and
See, I think this might. I don't know. In my opinion, I would like for some NFL players to get in on this,
yeah.
but I don't believe they will because
Tyreek Hill said he playing. He'll play.
yeah,
That ain't fair.
If
Tyreek's gonna play?
If Tyreek Hill plays, it's over.
Oh wow,
It's tough.
that'll be interesting because
Lacrosse. Is that the one with the horses? No, that's polo.
no
Lacrosse.
lacrosse is a very popular sport out east. It actually is a descendant from the Native Americans.
That's with the little sticks.
Right,
Throw the balls.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, schools like Syracuse and North Carolina. I mean, big sport out east. Hasn't been so much in these parts, but it is a great sport. So
I should go play flag football for the Olympics.
there you go.
I was a good flag football player in my prime time.
You can be on the powder puff team.
Played last year.
Wow.
My team kissed my end zone.
Really?
Won the championship.
Wow.
That
Yep.
was your team.
Yes, that was my team.
I had to coach against them. That was
Hmm.
fun.
We were a nightmare. We were a crazy team.
Yeah.
I ran out in front of the quarterback. He was going straight to get a touchdown. No one could get his flag, so I just ran out in front of him and let him run me over.
Really?
He dropped the ball.
And you live to tell about it.
Right?
Wow. Okay.
But my co-ed sports days are over. I got too many injuries.
Gotcha.
Sit in the bench from now on.
It should be a lot of fun though. So that'll be coming up in 5 years, 2028.
Oh,
So
man.
mark your calendar.
Tune in 5 years from now
25.
to watch.
I'll have a whole new crop of sports journalists then.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
You guys will be
I'll
a
be
distant
25.
memory. You'll be 25.
I'll be 27.
Jeez.
Ooh,
I'll
gross.
be 25.
Wait, I'll be 5 years. I'll
Yeah.
be 28.
I'll be 27.
I'll be 28.
Gross.
Sheesh.
I'll be 63.
Oh, wow. Oh my goodness.
And you don't look a day over 20, Mr. Al.
Aw, except for all the gray hair.
Hey, the gray look is in right now.
Hey, there you go.
Everyone's doing the little salt and pepper look.
Salt and pepper. Push it real good. That's from back in my day. All right, guys. Great show again today. Noel had to check out early. But for Carmen, thanks for being here today.
Of course.
Dennis, Super D,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
DeMarcus, D Fugue,
Have a nice day.
and the one and only Kai and the Family Stone.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure.
I'm your professor, Al Quartermont. You've been listening to the Wildcats Media Sports Podcast. Back to the music. Have a great rest of your Tuesday.